All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about ChatGPT free version versus the ChatGPT Plus. Is the $20 extra cost worth the features? I won't be able to go over everything. This will end up being 1 or 2 hour long video. I'm just going to go over the basic content creation uses that most people use the tools for, which is creating a blog post. We're going to see if the free version can do live web search, content length, can it follow instructions on the free plan versus the paid plan, image creation, and so forth. Let's dive in. So I've just created a brand new ChatGPT free account. And to be completely honest with you, this is the first time I've been using a free account since the first month or two that ChatGPT actually came out. When was this? Like 2022 or 2021, something like that. It's been around for a few years now. I remember becoming a paid monthly subscriber when they first offered those plans, and I've never looked back. I've been paying ever since. So I really don't know what it's like to use a free account. I had to actually sign up for a new account. This is what it looks like right over here. The first thing, you're going to always get the upgrade your plan right there, which in a sense can be annoying when you're trying to use a platform and it's just always throwing out that you're a free member, please upgrade. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and I'm going to go to the GPTs. Right off the bat, I can tell you that you're going to be able to choose all the different models on the paid subscription version when you're using GPT right here. Great for everyday tasks. Honestly, I don't know what they're using. It just says ChatGPT. We don't know what they're actually using. I'm going to have to do some research on free ChatGPT. Do you get GPT-5? I need to say what model. Yes, the free version of ChatGPT provides access to the GPT-5 model, but with usage limits, after which reverts to the less capable GPT-5 mini model until the limit resets. Free users can also send one thinking message with GPT-5 model per day. So you only get one of those per day. Now, one thing we know about software, when they're not telling you, like right here, it's not really telling us what we can do. It's not telling us that it's using ChatGPT-5, the best version, and at what point is it going to switch off. And that's another really kind of just, when you're a paid subscriber like I am, that's going to be super hard to get used to and annoying. Now, if you're just using this, you're just a light user coming in here and saying, hey, help me write a resignation letter, help me write a email to my boss or something like that, then I think that is, the user base that uses the free version, that's who's going to use the tool the most. When you start getting in here and you're starting to make money using AI and you're starting to do your work, this is a side hustle, you're making money from this, or full time like myself, the free version is just not going to work. You can't control what model it's using. You don't know if it's using ChatGPT-5, the good model. And I just showed you, it literally says it right here. At some point, it shuts off and it uses a mini ChatGPT-5 model. They might have all free users on the limited model of ChatGPT-5 right off the bat anyway. So you won't get as good responses if you're on the free version. You come over here, you don't get to choose, you don't have any options, okay? So I'm going to say is, let's just say, write me a 2,000, we're going to do real basic stuff. Write me a 2,000 word article on, and let's just come in here to answer Socrates. How does email marketing work? So we're going to say that this is the title, for example, and we're going to go like this, boom. I'm going to say include these, and then I'm going to go and grab these secondary keywords as well, these 8 keywords. Like we're using a content cluster, I'm going to grab those as well. I'm going to go right here and do a shift return. Is there anything else I want to do? I think I just want to test that out. Let's get started on this case. So notice it just immediately started writing. It's not scraping the internet in any way. We will try this again and try to give it some specific instructions. How does email marketing work? Was it able to, how does email marketing work? How does email marketing work? But was it able to add this keyword in? How do you do email marketing? I'm going to go like this and see, how do you do email marketing? How do I start email marketing? How do I start email marketing? So it really kind of grouped those all in the same paragraph, which I don't like at all. 1, 2, 3 keywords all in the same. So I'm going to say how to learn email marketing. And I want to see if that was also in there, how to learn email marketing. So I was able to follow the instructions pretty well. Word count 2,000. Right here, let's go copy this. Now this is definitely pretty impressive that even the free version is going to allow us to write Okay, so it's definitely not 2,000 words. It's only 1,300 words of content right here. We literally used a word counter, and I don't know how they're telling us that this is actually 2,000 words, but it's not. It's 1,300 words. So it got us about 65% there on that. Now what I want to do is scrape the top 10 web pages that are currently ranking for this and create a robust outline for this article. I'm going to push enter there. Maybe that's one of the free thinkings we get. It says free users can also send one thinking message per day. So we're going to test this out one more time. While it's thinking, we'll come through here. Absolutely. Here's a distilled SERP scrape synthesis of the top ranking results for how does email marketing work, followed by a robust SEO ready outline. So top 10 ranking resources analyzed. So we've got Brevo, and we have MailChimp and Adobe. We have MailChimp and we have HubSpots. We have Coursera. Is Coursera on here? There's Coursera right there. So it does have a lot of those. And so it gathered all this. And here's the robust outline that it has for us based on that. So it's doing a great job. What is email marketing? We have all these different references in here. And then we could actually have it go out and write this article. And it's probably going to be a lot better article for us. And this part is, I have to say, pretty impressive for the one time we're going to do this per day. It's still going. You can notice it. I think it's slower than the paid version. It's going to be slower. And that might be the model that we're on, but you can see this is in real time. It's still trying to find our outline for us and create our outlines. It is slower than I'm used to with using the paid version of ChatGPT. So keep that in mind. It's slower. Okay, so then now it gave us optional add-ons, full draft mapped to this outline. Perfect. So we're going to go with this and we're going to say boom, and we're going to go ahead and go like that. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Let's go copy this. One thing that I want to test this exact same thing in the paid version, because you can see all the repetition, why email marketing is so effective. Email consistent perform. It's direct, it's personal, it scales, right? So like you can see AI is definitely writing this article. I want to keep going up. Okay, so here's our new article. And you can just see that I'm going to go over here and test this out. So we have 1,400 words. And so by it telling us that it still got over 2,000 words, that's incorrect. It didn't even get 1,500 words right there. And my biggest thing is that while it researched pretty well, this article, if we went and pasted this on our site, it would just get slapped as AI content. You can't do this type of repetition on a blog article. It's going to get caught as ChatGPT content right here. So that's what that content did. I want to go back over to new chat. And I want to see if we can get a thinking one and see if they're going to be nicer. I'm going to say copy this and go into our new chat here. I just need to duplicate this real quick. So it is thinking longer for a better answer. Looks like it's giving us another thinking. So that one thinking per day for a free account might not be true. We'll come back to that in a minute. I'm going to go with new chat over here. We're going to go try some new things that we had on our list. I want to go to my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel. I want to right click and copy the address of my YouTube video. And then I want to come over here and I want to say, can you summarize this video? And boom. So we're searching the web. It is going to do this and summarize. Pretty blown away with just what ChatGPT free version. No wonder why a lot of people don't pay. They're giving you a lot. Here's the video summary and so forth, right? So it's able to do that. Live web search, so far, so good. Not running into any issues with that. It's scraping content, no problem for us. Now, image creation. So I want to say, we're going to push the plus button. We're going to go to create image and I'm going to say, can you create a Pinterest pin for this video? And push enter. It's going to go out there, response 1 and 2. You're giving feedback, so it's going to go out and hopefully create an image for us. We'll come back in a second. Let's go look and see what it was able to do for us on this other one. Let's come back over and just push refresh. Here's the new chat. Thought for 26 seconds. So here we go. It's just kind of sitting here in limbo right here at 26 seconds. And nothing else is happening. I want to go ahead and just copy this into a new chat and try one more time. I'm going to push pause and we'll be right back. Okay, so it was able to redo that, and we have a new outline for us. The URLs that it scraped in the top 10, the robust outline, it's working on that. My thing is just really about speed. This is pretty slow compared to being on the paid plan. It's incredibly fast on the paid plan. But I have a feeling that if I use this all day heavy like this, we are going to reach some limits. Leave some comments below if you're just on the free plan, if you're satisfied with the use that you get. So far, pretty impressed with what you get. You get the free web scraping, the ability to analyze a YouTube URL and summarize it, and image creation down here. You don't get to control the quality or the model that you're using, and you don't get to control the speed. The speed is a lot faster on the paid version. So if speed is important to you and efficiency, then the paid version is also better for sure. We have this Pinterest concept here, and it's providing caption, but I'm not, okay, so is this the actual, that's just an image from the video, and then you have this right here as well. Not sure what's going on there, because that's not even opening up. I'm just gonna say this one right here for now, and we'll see. Okay, so I said, please create the Pinterest pin image in 2/3 size now, and it's creating the image. So we're still on the free account. We're still getting images. I do know that there are limits. Let me go and see how many images can you create with ChatGPT free. And it says indicating a cap of around 2 to 3 images per day for free users rather than a fully unlimited amount on the paid. So yeah, we'll test this out and see if that holds true. We'll see if it creates this for us real quick. So we're just sitting here waiting for this image. It just feels slower. That might be me. I want to research that in front of you. So there's our image. We'll come back. Is a ChatGPT free version slower than paid? We'll come right through here. And yes, the free version of ChatGPT is generally slower than the paid version because paid users receive priority access to servers, especially during peak hours. Free users may experience delays or slower responses due to server congestion. So ChatGPT Plus people get access to the server first, so they get priority use. We'll come through here and look at this. So I made 16K with product Dino. Boom, boom, boom. It's actually a really nice image for a free platform to create. So far on images, create another image. I think you can only do one at a time, but I want to see if we can exhaust this real quick. We've created several images, 1, 2, 3. It is taking a long time to create these images. Definitely think it takes twice as long to create an image on the free version. But, we just created 3 right there. This is saying you can create 2 to 3 images per day. We've already created 3 right here, 1, 2, 3. We said to create another one. It's creating another one. So we don't really know what the limit is, but it's not 3 because it's creating another one for me right here. My big thing so far is that just speed. The speed at which that it can create things, give you your content and so forth is just much slower on Chat. The last thing that I want to spend time on is the GPT area, right? Image creation, good, 4 or more images. I'm sure we will exhaust that at some point where we'll get a warning and say, you got to wait. Especially if you're like creating images to sell on Etsy or need a lot of images for Pinterest or your brand, you're going to be sitting here for a while waiting for images, and then you're also probably going to hit that limit, and it's also going to cause an issue. But if you only need a couple a day, then the free version is right up your alley. Now, can we use these GPTs? Just start chat right over here. We can use the GPTs even on the free version. And this is using 5 right over here. It's saying 5 right there. So we'll just click this button here and see, write a 1,000-word essay describing the qualities of AI resilience. It's going to start writing for us. This particular GPT, you can see it's writing much faster. And so it's almost like you get to piggyback off of whoever created the GPT and what version they're using. It's almost like that's an advantage of being on free, is that you can actually use people's GPT. And if it's built on 5, I believe you get to use the higher quality one. And then last thing I want to look at is GPTs right here. And I want to go, and this is probably the biggest separator right here. So we're on a free account. You cannot create GPTs unless you're on a paid plan. And so I use GPTs like crazy. So just take a mental picture of what this all looked like right here. You cannot create GPTs. I'm going to go ahead and sign out of this account and log into my main account, which is a paid account. Okay, perfect. I tried to log out several times and I wasn't able to get to the login page. There was an issue logging out of ChatGPT. You know, that stuff like that happens with Google Chrome, which is actually kind of annoying. So I don't think that's ChatGPT's fault. But now we're logged into my paid account. The biggest difference is you're going to be able to see that we have this on auto, and it's going to always start off with ChatGPT 5 and it's going to choose the best. I wish they would just make up their mind and have one model for everyone, and you can choose 4, 5, 6, whatever. But inside of each model, like 5, there's 5.1, there's 5 mini. I wish they would just make it a little simpler. I'm sure it becomes pretty annoying trying to keep up. But we get to choose between thinking, if we want to turn this on manually to where it's really going to think hard before it gives answers. We can do very, very fast instant answers or auto and let it decide. But then on the paid account, we're able to come through here and choose the 4.0 model. A lot of people are saying that ChatGPT 5 actually underperforms in different categories. And so they've kind of backtraced and allowed us to paid users to be able to use the 4.0 version as well. So then what we can do now is come in here, and I can just tell you right now that the image creation and the content creation, everything is going to be faster. Let's go and look at just like write me a 2,000 word article about why email marketing still works for sales in 2025. Scrape the top ranked articles so we're going to go like that, and we're going to see it's going to go out there and immediately it's thinking longer for a better answer right here. We're using GPT-5 and we're on auto, so it's deciding what it wants to use, verifying email marketing data, browsing the top sources of 2025, investigating, searching different sites and so forth. And that's one thing that ChatGPT is getting better at, is the ability to scrape URLs and research what's current in the market, kind of like Perplexity and so forth. There's other AI tools that don't do this as well, and ChatGPT is really starting to stand out as a research tool where it can actually go out there and do this full live coverage and scraping and gathering real information in real time because we instructed it to, instead of just relying on its database that it already has. And then here we go. It's writing the article right now. You can see right here, I wanted to show you this. Look how slow this is actually going on the paid plan. This is actually kind of funny, where it's literally just typing one word at a time. I've never really seen that. Now it's kind of speeding up again. It struggled there for a minute right there. Scroll back to the top. The article is very robust and full. It did take 1 minute and 30 seconds for scraping, and it's continuing. Here's the FAQs, and then we have the bottom line right here. Overall, this is a much, much better article on the Pro version. It's definitely using a better model from what I see in the Pro version. It's not necessarily faster, but it's definitely creating less repetitive content. There's bullets right here, A, B, C right there, bullets, and then 1 through 6 right there. So it's creating different bulleted types of content and not just following the same pattern. We can also copy this right here. We have the sources and everything. And then we'll come in here and just see what the content was like in here. So it's showing 2,200 keywords, but I do need to come through and just grab this right here, come back up to the top and see what that actually is. Come over here and delete that. Boom. It did write a longer article, 1,750 words, as opposed to 1,300 words in the free version. I was able to follow directions better and write longer content, but to get a 2,000 word article, you might need to tell it to write 2,500 words. I want to come back and say, create a featured image for this article in 1080 by 720. And it's going to go ahead and start, and we will see if it can create this faster. You can see that it is creating the image. This is still taking about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. And I think on the free version, it takes about 3 to 4 minutes per image. With this image creator on the Pro plan, it's taken between 1 and 2 minutes. So it's still neat. I wish it would be faster. Certainly when you're using Midjourney, Ideogram, and Leonardo AI, the images come out way faster. I was able to create the image. The biggest separator, I think, so far is the ability to change and steer exactly what model you want to use. You're going to get a lot more in the paid plus version. Also, being able to click on GPTs and then go up here to create GPTs and then actually create your own miniature software, if you will. You can create this as software. I've used this to give away for bonuses. I've used this in my own business. You can see all the different GPTs that I've created right over here. I use these all the time. A lot of times when I create a video and I want to get more eyeballs on it and email my list, I will come in here, paste the video URL right here, push go, and then it writes this little concise 100-word email for me. And so you have all these tools and quote unquote softwares that you can create. And that's probably the biggest separator, is that if you want to create GPTs, you got to be on the plus version. And then really, I think something that I'm just unaware of is, if I was going to use this for 5 hours a day, at what point on the free version do you get warnings? Oh, you're at your daily limit for image creation, all that stuff. Only you can tell me in the comments below. If you're on the free version, at what point does that happen? Does it, if at all, right? There's got to be some limitations other than just the GPTs to get people to subscribe, but it's not a problem that I have because I use the GPTs. You can see right over here. If I click on GPTs and go to my GPTs, you'll see all the GPTs that I've created right here. Look, I can load more. Like, there's so many GPTs that I've created since I've had the tool. And I got to be honest with you, some of the things that I've done over here, put it behind a paywall or use it as a bonus, I've made thousands and thousands of dollars because of the bonuses that I have created and because of the GPTs that I've created. So that's the biggest separator, is the GPTs. Speed wasn't really the big thing, the usage and all that. So I really just think that if you want to be on the best version of GPT-5, or if you want to control being able to go back on any model, and then you want GPTs, that's the biggest reason why you would want Plus. And then finally, your limits. I wasn't able to maximize my limits in this test right here, but certainly I believe if you're using this tool for more than an hour or two a day, you're going to use your daily credits up, and you would need to be on the Pro anyways. But those are the big takeaways. I was actually more blown away at the free version. There's probably a real big reason why so many people use the tool for 30 minutes a day or less, and they get what they need out of it. It's unbelievable what you get out of ChatGPT free without even having to pay them a dime. Overall, I'd give it 2 thumbs up. You can create images, use other people's GPTs, write full-length articles, do live search, web scraping, and summarize YouTube URLs and videos and so forth. So I was actually thoroughly impressed looking at the free option. I think that Pro users that just want to know that they're getting the best version of ChatGPT, $20 a month, you absolutely can't beat that. So hopefully you guys got this comprehensive, comparison between the two. Thanks for joining me. And if you just say ChatGPT free verse plus in the comment section below, then I know you watched the entire thing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.